As more than 43 million Americans prepare for Thanksgiving road trips, federal lawmakers are demanding changes to vehicle safety regulations and calling for an investigation into car makers. It's all the result of an ongoing CBS News investigation into the strength of the car seats. Transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave has been exploring the concerns for more than a year now. He found that seats can fail in rear-end crashes and lead to serious injuries or death.
We got hit and almost lost my baby. Sorry.
3 years later, Hannah Hastings still struggles to talk about the day she and her son Eli were rear-ended in their 2002 Ford Escort. As this crash simulation shows, the force of the collision caused Hastings' seat to collapse, launching her headfirst into her 15-month-old son. Eli spent more than a month in the hospital, suffering brain damage, hearing loss, and partial paralysis to one side of his face.
It's kind of difficult, you know, especially for a mother, not knowing if your child's ever going to say your name, say mommy, ever again.
Our ongoing investigation has identified over 100 cases where seatback collapses resulted in serious injury or death, mostly to children in the back seat. The industry has long known their seats do not hold up in many rear-end collisions. So has the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA. CBS News obtained this crash test conducted on behalf of NHTSA on a 1998 Ford Escort. The test was designed to check for fuel safety, but watch what happens to the seats in a high-speed crash. They fail. Ford and other automakers say all seats meet or exceed the federal standard for strength, a standard written in 1967, that even this banquet chair passes.
200.
Today, Senators Ed Markey and Richard Blumenthal, as well as Representative Diana DeGette, are sending this letter to NHTSA, demanding the agency take immediate action to remedy this significant seating system deficiency.
I think because of CBS, because of this congressional investigation, the jig is up. They're going to be forced now to take an action, which they should have taken decades ago.
Markey's office discovered some of the cases we found do not appear to have been properly reported to regulators by automakers.
The law requires the auto industry to report any incident where a seatback has collapsed that caused a death or an injury.
NHTSA tells CBS this morning it does not have the data to support changing the standard, while acknowledging the number of deaths caused by seatback collapse have likely been underestimated.
It makes it a lot harder to say there's a problem if the car makers aren't reporting that there's a problem.
There's a huge regulatory black hole within which the automotive industry is able to escape responsibility because they do not report these accidents.
Other accidents don't get reported to NHTSA because automakers aren't required to if the car involved is more than 10 years old. The Ford Eli was injured in was 11.
If the seat did not collapse, he wouldn't have suffered so much. He has to live with this for the rest of his life.
Automakers can face stiff fines for not properly reporting accidents, and it's an allegation NHTSA says it takes very seriously. The agency stresses the safest place for kids is the back seat. Auto industry engineers have admitted the cost to fix seatbacks could be on the order of $1 or so. For CBS This Morning, Kris Van Cleave, Washington.
Special thanks to Kris Van Cleave for doing the series and raising these questions. It will hopefully now lead to changes.
Such important reporting.
I didn't even know that was possible, the way those seats jerk back that way.
And the stunning thing is the car makers did.
Yep.